So another tattoo video went viral about a girl that got a tattoo which didn't end up coming out the way she had expected. And now it begs the question for many on who is more to blame for this tattoo mistake. Was it the tattoo artist for not doing what she had asked for? Or is it the client, the canvas, that didn't see the mistake and correct it before it was permanently tattooed on her body? Enjoy the video.
So I came to Bali to get a tattoo, right? And I've been dreaming to get this tattoo because I just don't get tattoos all the time. I get one like every few months. And it's supposed to say angel energy. And now it just says energy angel.
So, do you feel bad at all for Tia after watching that video? Yes, no, kinda? Let me know in the comments. So I'm not gonna lie to you, after watching this video for the first couple of times and seeing her crying so much, I thought it was because of a misspelled word. And usually when we see tattoo words and then followed by somebody that is upset crying, we usually think it is a misspelled word. And especially a word like angel, that is something that we can tend to usually kind of mistake for angle a lot. Those two last letters can make a huge difference in how they're put. And even to this day, I still find myself double, triple checking to make sure that I have spelled the word that I needed correctly of those two. And then because this is in a foreign country where English isn't their main language, and I guarantee you that artist doesn't speak fluent English, a mistake like this could easily happen where they go ahead and misspell a word like this. So my initial reaction on who to blame was definitely to put it on her first. Now I know, yes, not all is going to be put 100% on her, and the artist can kind of take some of the blame, but I'm going to look at her and be like, yo, again, you're in a foreign country and this is a worded tattoo. It is your job too to make sure that everything is spelled correctly. So in my eyes, I definitely put the blame on her right away, and I didn't feel any type of remorse. But after watching the video a couple more times, I realized that the word angel was actually spelled correctly. It didn't say angle at all. So now I was a bit confused as to why she was crying and what the problem was. Energy was spelled energy, angel was spelled angel. So I watched the video again and I listened a bit more carefully through all that crying, and what I realized was that there wasn't a misspelling at all, or that was the big fuck up. It was actually how the words were placed. It was supposed to say angel energy, but as we can see, it says something totally different, and that it's switched up of energy angel. And for me, after realizing that, I thought, wow, I'm like, yo, this girl, I'm sorry, is stupid. I know it is one thing to let a word like angel be misspelled and kind of fly under the radar without you knowing, but to have two full words be in different places, that is all on you, and that is something that you definitely should have noticed. And all that crying you're doing, that is all your fault. I know I sound like such an asshole, I'm sorry. Now, I did want other people's opinions on this matter, so I did make a post on YouTube and Instagram asking for a vote on who is more to blame for this tattoo mistake. And although the voting really didn't give me a concise answer, because one platform said the artist was to blame, the other platform said the client was to blame, I really went through the comments, and from what I gathered there was definitely a concise kind of answer on that. It was definitely the client that is more to blame for this whole situation, because she gave the final go ahead before the tattooing begun. And I even had a couple artists coming back to me saying, yep, this is definitely, unfortunately, the client's fault for this mistake. And although I do believe both client and artist are at fault for this because they both should have caught this mistake, I am leaning more towards you guys with the agreeing that yes, it is more the client's fault for letting this happen. Now, to me, this is definitely a big fuck up, but also it's something that's not too bad either. I still think it sounds pretty cool, if not cooler than the original, and thankfully nothing is spelled wrong. So if a random person were to see this tattoo for what it is, I honestly doubt they would notice anything wrong with it. But obviously this isn't the tattoo that Tia wanted, and I can understand her frustration and sadness in not getting the tattoo that she had asked and paid for. But like I said, there is a little bit more to this story, as Tia created a follow-up video explaining the whole situation a little bit more, which I will show you in a quick moment after we hear from today's video sponsor, who is Manscaped, who have been a proud supporter of the channel for about a year now, and who will be joining me on my trip to France. Yes, that's right, you heard it right. I am going to France to get my whole chest done. Now, after my last trip to Dominican, this is where I realized how great it was to have so many of their products with me. And because of that, I am definitely making sure I pack many of these products again with me as I get ready and pack for France. But now the biggest problem I'm going to have is choosing between either the lawnmower or the beard hedger and which one to take. Now, both of these products are great, and although the beard hedger is probably the better option for me to take on my trip because it has a 20-in-1 length system with using one guard, it can be used for both your beard and your whole body too, and the fact that it has a USB-C cable, which is something I already am going to be having with me. The unfortunate thing is I am going to be getting my haircut, beard trim days before I leave for France, So I really won't be needing this as much as I can be using this instead. The Lawnmower 4.0 is what's going to be coming with me just because of many reasons. One, it can still give you a clean shave on your neck, on your body, make your tattoos look great, make you look great. Although my girlfriend's not coming with me, so I don't have any use for trimming down there, I still have that option to make it clean for my own personal self. But the best part about this all, one, from it being waterproof so I can use it in the shower when I am there and clean it off when needed. It has an anti-lock system, and this is just great for no longer stressing about it turning on in your luggage and then you arriving to your destination with a dead trimmer and then nothing to use. Finally, this is all going to be going in the travel bag, which you do get for free as a part of the performance package, where I will be putting all my other stuff. And this thing is great just because I bring this wherever I go for the small trips and the big trips as well. So go ahead to manscaped.com and use the code INK to get 20% off plus free shipping on all their products and packages. And who knows, maybe you'll end up being like me where you find yourself packing all their stuff for your next trip too. Now, I'm gonna hand this back off to Tia and you can hear the rest of her story on that big tattoo mistake.
I had the stencil drawn on me over 3 times. The first time it was huge because my arms are very skinny ever since I've lost weight. Second time, there was a huge gap in between and I did not like the gap. And it did say Angel Energy, the first 2 stencils. The third stencil, I don't know what happened. I was just like, yep, I've seen the tattoo, it's fine. The gap between it, it's fine. So I was just sitting on my phone chilling. After I got up, my partner was like, yo, it says Energy Angel. I was hysterically crying in front of everyone, and everyone in the tattoo store stopped everything and started laughing, palming their heads and talking in the foreign language. I was in shock. Luckily, the owner reached out to me and he was so nice. He's an English middle-aged man. He said, please come back tomorrow. I really want to fix it for you. Even though they tried to do the best job at fixing it and it looks like a little scribble in the middle, he tried his best. And to the people that made fun of it, made a joke out of it, thank you, because honestly this tattoo has been it's the most monumental tattoo I have on me now, and forever will have a story, and you guys made it a story for me to always remember. So thank you so much, and I hope you all stay tuned for my tattoo journey.
So now that we do know this new information about this tattoo mistake, again, it begs the question, who is more at fault? Is it maybe less now on Tia, the customer's end, and maybe more on the artist? I don't know. It depends, because again, you have Tia that saw the tattoo done correctly the first 2 times and then said yes the 3rd time without really paying attention and noticing the mess up. But then you have the artist that did do it correctly the first 2 times and then just randomly messed up somehow on the 3rd one. I don't know how that happened, but I would love to hear your opinions on who you think now is still more to blame. I personally, again, I blame both people for this, but I still lean more towards Tia, the customer, because you still should have caught that at that last moment, and you are the one that gave the go-ahead. And I will tell you right now that the client is always going to usually be blamed for these type of situations where there is a mess up, because you should have caught it. So now, what is the big lesson that we can learn and take away from all this so you do not mess up on any of your tattoos going forward too? Well, it is simple, and that is just be aware, especially on tattoos that have words or numbers or letters in them. Because here's the thing, when things are simple like this, you tend to let your guard down and things tend to fly over your head without you really even noticing. And that can also be because the excitement of a tattoo, it can kind of shadow your judgment a little bit, and also how your brain works too. It works in a weird way in terms of it can also fill words in that aren't fully complete, or it may put things or see things that aren't really there. So you really just gotta double, triple check, especially in the beginning when your tattoo design is being made and that stencil is being applied, because that is the most important part to a tattoo. If you fuck up during that time, your tattoo is going to be fucked up too. So I do have a couple helpful tips for you in terms of maybe avoiding a mistake like this happening to yourself and the tattoo you want to get. The first one is be aware the whole time it is being stenciled. You know, maybe it's the first, 2nd, or 10th time being stenciled on you. Make sure you are watching and being particular all the way through, because sometimes things may fall through the cracks as we see it more and more. And in the situation like this, that's exactly what happened. The second one, and this is the most important one, is to go ahead and ask other people at the shop what their opinions are on it. Maybe placement, design, all that. Ask an artist maybe, because they may be able to look at it and be like, oh, you know, in the example of this, what does Energy Angel mean? And then for her, she'll be like, oh, wait, what? That doesn't sound right. Oh, it's supposed to be Angel Energy. And right there, it's a quick fix before the tattoo actually begins. Now, I may be MIA for the next couple of weeks just because I need to get everything ready, packed, and obviously I'm going to be flying, getting my chest done. So, you know, it's going to be a lot in the next couple of weeks. So You know, if you are new to this channel, go ahead, subscribe, join the community so you can be alert and ready for when that great full chest piece drops. And then obviously too, be here for that full journey of me going and getting my whole body done. Hope to see you guys very soon. Like always, Justin out. Later, guys.